The Cleveland Cavaliers have a huge decision to make. As trades are going on around the league, Koby Altman will do what's best for his team, but the question is that a now trade? Is that a later trade? Who's getting traded? There's a big decision to make, not just one, but multiple for the Cavaliers, and we're going to discuss that today on Cavs Digest. Hey everybody, Billy BB back with you discussing Cavaliers basketball, a historic win yesterday against the shorthanded Mavericks. Shout out Kyrie Irving, once again dodges the Cavaliers. I believe he's played like 2 times since he left in 2018, which is just ridiculous. Always hurt. Your team's going through a tough moment. And you know what? I'm going to stop myself. I'm not going into a Kyrie thing right now. We're talking Cavaliers of today. We have a lot to talk about with that, but before we do, be sure to subscribe. This is a big time in Cavaliers basketball. They are winning. That's one thing. They've got 3 All-Stars, probably 4. I think Jarrett Allen's going to fill in if there's an injury, so I would guess he'll be in. But you've got trades when there's not trades, or what players are you trading? Why are you trading? You may think the Cavaliers are buyers, so they'll trade for talent. Not necessarily. We're going to jump into that today. You want to stay tuned. You want to be up to date. It's free to subscribe. All right, that's one key there. Number 2, the content rolls right to you. You can be alerted when it's there. And the last thing is, per usual, I need to hear from you guys. I got to know what you're thinking on this, that, or the other, so as the videos continue, I can have a gist of how people are seeing certain subjects, what people are thinking on certain subjects, so on and so on. So be sure to subscribe. Be sure to drop down into the comments. Appreciate that from everybody. So, looking at the Cavaliers, Mavericks making trades, Bulls, Kings, Spurs, Lakers, and Mavericks. Go to Lakers and Mavericks Digest for that information. I'm not breaking that trade down. I think it's all ridiculous. I'm also not talking about Myles Garrett. So that is what it is. But real quick, if you said you knew it was coming, you're lying. The Browns just said they weren't going to trade Myles Garrett. Now you're going to claim you knew he would request a trade. Get out of here. Let's stick with the Cavs, huh? We have talked name after name after name for the Cavs, right? We have talked George Niang, Sam Merrill, Jalen Tyson even. Before the season, we talked about all the big 4, core 4, who you would trade from there, who the Cavaliers should get, who Koby Altman should be searching for, looking to get through that opportunity. The Athletic releases an article today. Jason Lloyd, who I think does great for Cleveland overall, he writes about all the teams, and especially now, there is no Cavs beat reporter for The Athletic, so Jason Lloyd getting in there when he can. I always love to see it. The mention of the luxury tax is big. The luxury tax, which I know, very confusing subject. It's all about money, going over, spending. It's Dan Gilbert's money, blah, blah, blah. Usually is not that big a deal or not something for fans to worry about too much. However, the Cavaliers may make a move on the roster to get under the luxury tax. That will be their goal. That is the decision they have to make. Do they want to make a trade to get better, to swap young talent and money and make money work and bring in a guy that fits this role or that role or gets minutes over this guy, or do they want to go under the luxury tax? Now, for somebody like myself, caught my eye back when the Cavaliers first started during the season. And I thought that's kind of weird. I don't know why they would think about that. But now we're later into the year, and Jason Lloyd is writing about it on The Athletic. And the 2 names he lists in his article, and again, he gives context. He defends why they shouldn't and should. Cavs could theoretically trade Tristan Thompson and Sam Merrill to a team with space and clear more than $5 million off their books. There is a world where the Cavaliers trade Tristan Thompson and Sam Merrill just to get rid of $5 million. Okay, I would advise reading this article to understand the value for them to get under the salary cap. He notes Ben Simmons. I've also seen Lonzo Ball. I saw Torrey Craig today. That'll be a whole nother video we'll get into for the buyout market. But Tristan Thompson and Sam Merrill, that's an interesting 1-2 punch for me. First off, drop down in the comments. Is this somebody you'd be willing or really, really sad to see go? Sam Merrill made 8 threes yesterday. I don't know if Sam Merrill's a cash dump to get into it for the next few years, right? For me, that's a little odd. But I want to watch a quick video because if you're thinking, oh, this luxury tax isn't that big a deal, it's not really that noteworthy, they're thinking about this, that, and the other. This was the first time I saw it, and it was from Brian Windhorst. He predicted it at the beginning of the season.
The first trade rumor of the season came through. Apparently someone linking Kyle Kuzma potentially to the Cavs.
I had not heard that trade rumor. I don't know how the Cavs are getting to a Kyle Kuzma trade. I'd have to go look at that. But I don't think that really helps them, although that is size on the perimeter. But they need size who can defend, and that's not really what Kuzma is doing at this point in his career. The Cavs have very little draft assets to trade because they owe so much to the Jazz. They are a hair into the luxury tax. I would be very tempted if I were the Cavs to get out of the luxury tax with the trade. The Cavs have all this money coming on their books with Donovan Mitchell's extension and Evan Mobley's extension and even Jarrett Allen's extension. So they're going to be a luxury tax player starting next year. I would prefer them to try to get out of the tax if they could, because that would set them better up for the next 2-3 years.
So this is real. Brian Windhorst has mentioned this. Now Jason Lloyd mentions this. Lloyd gives us names, right? Merrill and Thompson being the most, because those aren't two-way contracts. Those are low-money guys at the end of the bench. So this is a real thing the Cavaliers will have to make a decision on. Do they want to go upgrade the team, in which these guys could still be traded, by the way, or do they want to go luxury tax? So I've talked about George Niang getting traded. What you guys think about that? Karis LeVert. We've mocked up a million different things. Again, the three things Brian Windhorst also noted the Cavaliers would be willing to trade to upgrade: Karis LeVert, Jalen Tyson, and a 2031 first-round pick. That's still notable, but now if you're trading a Sam Merrill, a Tristan Thompson, I think a lot of Cavs fans want to know, what are you getting back? And the answer right now is you're getting under the luxury tax to account for 2 years from now. So that leaves me to question, would you guys be okay with that? Drop down in the comments. Let me know. Luxury tax. Is that a priority you would be okay with the Cavs working with? Do you trust Koby Altman enough that when Koby Altman's making a move like that, which I think Koby Altman's done very well trade-wise in the past, going 2018 completely remaking the Cavs until now, what you think about him working luxury tax trade? Should that be what he's thinking about? And then it's more about, are you okay with Tristan Thompson and Sam Merrill being the names traded luxury tax-wise? If you're okay with luxury tax trade, fine. Is Thompson and Merrill okay? Merrill can score. I know that. Maybe not in the playoffs. I don't think he's proven that yet. And Thompson's a vibes guy. He's a locker room guy. He's a vet. You don't have a ton of that on the team. It's really Mitchell, Niang, and maybe maybe Jarrett Allen is a vet guy. But how would you feel about that? What decision, if you're the Cavaliers making trade-wise, do they need to roll with? Do they need to go luxury tax, think for the future? I know a lot of you have said you don't want to mess with this roster much anyway. Or do you want to say, hey, if you're trading, it better be for a talent upgrade. It better be to change the team for the better and not just money-wise. So need you guys to drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. The Cavs have a big decision to make, but I want you guys to sound off first down in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to Cavs Digest.